Hi, I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos, and this is the final video in the series of how to avoid buying the wrong piano. And how I'm concluding the series is talking about final considerations. So I'm going to talk about digital upgrades to acoustic pianos like silent system and player pianos. I'm going to talk briefly about finishes, and then I'll just kind of conclude with a few extra points to think about when making this purchase. So I chose to make this video right here. Like, so this piano is a player piano, and modern player systems are super cool. They can be done from your iPad or from your computer. You can set your alarm in the morning as the digital piano. There's lots of cool features. Then you've got another feature, another type of digital piano, where you can actually plug it into your laptop, and it senses what is being played, and you can use it as essentially as your MIDI keyboard to compose music. There's another one where it's a silent play, where it enables you to, with a quick flip of a switch, you can keep playing it, but then it'll send the signal through headphones as kind of a quick way to make it into a digital piano, so you still have the proper touch of an acoustic piano, only with the silent play version. Anyway, so all of those things, if you're considering any of those things, don't feel like the piano that you choose is limited to only pianos that have those features on them, the features that you're looking for, because all of those things can be installed after the fact. If you were to consider only pianos that had those features, the number of pianos that you had to choose from would be dramatically limited, probably one in, I don't know, 100. But if you think of it in terms of, I'll choose my piano first, the piano that speaks to my soul, and then afterwards I'll add these other things, you'll be much better off. Similarly, the finish is something that can, depending on what you're looking at, quite inexpensively be changed later. So a perfect example would be like this piano is a glossy finish, but can easily be turned into a satin finish very quickly, cheaply, and very effectively. It looks great. So there again, sometimes I get people coming into the store saying, we only want to look at satin finish pianos. And my advice to them is the same advice that I'm giving here. Pick the piano that you want and we'll satinize it for you. And then similar to that is used pianos that are beat up or that have cosmetic issues. Depending on the issues that you're looking to have taken care of, like buffing out a few little surface scratches is actually pretty economical to do. Refinishing the entire piano, that can be a little bit pricey, not terrible, but it shouldn't necessarily rule out pianos that sound great, that play great, but it just isn't quite what you want cosmetically. So there again, the piano comes first. The piano needs to speak to you, and then add some of those extras afterwards. And then the final thing is a few considerations that you may or may not be taking into account. So, like for example, moving the piano is going to be an extra cost, possibly, or maybe it's included in the purchase. Is the piano going to need to be tuned? Is the piano going to need to be regulated? Does it need to be cleaned? Does it need to be voiced or alignment? All of these other things, tightened and lubricated. All of these items that can add up if you really want the piano to be in prime condition. Bench, you ought to consider is the bench exactly what you want? Is it even existent? Is it an adjustable bench, or does it have a compartment? if you're looking at an old piano like pre-1930, a lot of those pianos at the time sort of era appropriate benches were not benches at all, but they were stools with like claw feet. So all of those things that should, while you're considering all of the factors that go into choosing the right piano for you, these are also additional factors that ought to go into making your decision. Thanks for watching.